Yo, what's up? In this series, we're going up against the Houston Astros. This is game 2. Pitching the matchup for today's game, Roberto Hernandez 2-0 with a .60 ERA versus Taijuan Walker 1-0 with a 1.46 ERA. So Austin Jackson, our first batter of the game, we started off with a leadoff double. That's a great way to start off a game, and it puts us in a good position early on to score some runs. So Seth Smith, he ends up getting out. And then we got Robinson Cano hitting it to the third baseman. We kind of jammed him right here. We made him make a tough play. And I kind of feel like this is somewhat of a, I want to say like a glitch, because I've done this a couple times on accident, is going to third base and then trying to retreat back to second and then go back to third. And they always will throw it to first base. I don't know. But Nelson Cruz, he pops it up to left field, gets the sac fly. And Austin Jackson, he's going to end up scoring a run right there. So we're going up 1-0 early on in this game. And that's huge because Roberto Hernandez, as you can see from the stats, is having a good season to start off right now. And right here we make a mistake. We make a big mistake, throw a high fastball to Chris Carter, and he bombs that one. And normally, I don't pitch high pitches. I try to keep all my pitches low in the zone, and I try to get a high fastball past him, and that was a mistake on my part. That was a huge mistake, and I paid for that. So in the top of the second inning, we get a strikeout right here, getting out George Springer. That's a good strikeout right there, and we got to get more of those. But moving on to the bottom of the second, we had a bases loaded situation with Seth Smith. Hit a good liner right there, but Springer, he's right there, and he makes the easy play. So that was kind of unfortunate, loading up the bases and not getting nothing out of it. And once again, we make a mistake right here. This wasn't really a bad pitch, I don't think. But Grossman, he hits a home run. And this is the first time I've given up 2 home runs in a game. So it was a bit disappointing because normally I don't even give up home runs. And I think right now I'm like the league leader in least home runs given. So I don't want to be giving home runs. It's not a good feeling right there, because those are easy runs that they can be getting. We got to make them work for those runs. But moving on to the bottom of the 4th inning, Mike Zuninzo up to bat, and he's going to bomb one on his own. So Mike Zuninzo, he's getting a home run right here. That's a good sign. We're tying the game back up in the 4th inning. And Zuninzo, he's been playing well for us, but I still feel like I need to improve my bench and get a better backup catcher, because Sucre, he hasn't really been doing much for us. I mean, he has had limited opportunities, so that might be the reason why. But definitely, we got to do something about our backup and just improving our team overall. But moving on to the top of the 5th inning, tied game, runner on second base, and he's going to end up going home. Seth Smith with the play at home, and we're going to end up making a huge play. Don't test me, son. Seth Smith with a great arm right there. And I was actually surprised that they sent the runner home. You could see in my play right there that I was delayed with my throw because I didn't expect them to go home. But they ended up going home. We made the great play, and that's that. Moving on to the bottom of the 8th inning, we have Morrison up here, and Altuve making a great diving play right there. Unfortunately, I mean, he messed it up by throwing it away a little bit. The first baseman had to come off the bag, but it was still a great play. And now we have runners on first and second. Bottom of the 8th inning, Zuninzo, who hit a home run earlier in the game, he's going to pop it up to the catcher. So that was a bit unfortunate right there. We needed a big at bat right there, and we just didn't get it. So we're moving on to the top of the 9th inning. We have Carson Smith pitching to Chris Carter, and we're going to catch him right there with that slider, striking him out. That's actually a huge pitch right there, and huge at bat for us, because we needed to get that out, and we did, because Chris Carter, I mean, he hit a home run early on this game. But right here, another play, we're going to relay it, and they end up going home again. This time, it wasn't as close. It wasn't as close this time. Once again, the CPU being a bit too aggressive. We should say the Astros. But the Astros being a bit too aggressive. I feel like overall teams are aggressive trying to get home. But we made the nice play once again. And Altuve, a great diving play again. I mean, Altuve, he saved them some runs. He saved them some runs in this game, or at least some base hits, because he made some great plays throughout this game. But Carson Smith, he's picking up another strikeout and then another one. So Carson Smith, he's been pitching pretty well for us this game. 3 strikeouts, definitely needed. But now we're in the bottom of the 10th inning. Nelson Cruz up to bat. The little curveball right there, it seemed, and we're going to get runners on first and second. Robinson Cano, he's on second base right now. So we have runners on first and second. This is a big situation for us. We only have one out, and we can pick up some runs right here, maybe pick up a victory. We have Kyle Seager up, and he's going to hit it to left field, kind of deep, but not deep enough, to the warning track almost, and they're going to make the play, and I make a mistake right here. My thought process is to tag up and get the runner on third base, but I guess I left too early. I tried to have perfect timing and leave right when he caught it, and I must have left a second too early, a millisecond too early, and it messed everything up. Right here, though, Valbuena, he gets a hit, and I don't know what happened right here. I don't know what happened. Seth Smith, he misses the ball, and they end up getting a leadoff triple. A leadoff triple to start the inning in extra innings. That is terrible right there. Couldn't believe it. Couldn't believe it. We had to walk the next batter and try to force him into a ground up, but they're going to bunt. They're going to bunt. They pick up the run right there. We had to get the easy out at first base because we had to get an out. We had to get an out. Altuve up next, and he's going to end up hitting the ball to the outfield over the shortstop's head. They're not going to go home. I was actually surprised since they were so aggressive early on, but I guess they learned their lesson getting gunned out twice. So we got Chris Carter up, runners on the corners in the 11th inning still, and he lays down the bunt. To me, I mean, that's kind of unrealistic. You got a power hitter laying down the bunt to get an extra run. I mean, I wouldn't think of him doing that, but he did it anyways, and the Astros pick up two runs basically off of bunts, and we couldn't stop them. I mean, they were pretty much perfect bunts, and we just couldn't make any plays. So we got Morrison up. He's going to ground out to the first baseman, so nothing going right there. Zuninzo, the next batter, and this is a pretty good pitch, and we're going to strike out. We're going to strike out right there. Ackley, the next batter up, bottom of the 11th inning, our last hope, and he's going to catch me again. So two poor bats to end the game. Two very poor at bats, and we're striking out. So Nishak, he picks up the win. Wilhelmsen, he picks up the loss. He's 0-2. Robbie Grossman, player of the game, 1 for 4 with a home run. Other notables for the Astros, Valbuena, he had the leadoff triple in the 11th. Chris Carter, the home run early on and 2 RBIs. And George Springer, 1 for 3. For us, we had Zuninzo with the home run. Austin Jackson, 2 for 5. Nelson Cruz, 2 for 4 with an RBI. And Brad Miller, 2 for 4. So it was our first extra inning game, and we ended up losing. You can check the description for the other 2 games. Actually, game 3 in this series, it was kind of crazy. We were hitting a lot of home runs. We actually had 2 situations where we hit back-to-back home runs. So that was a good sign for us, hitting those home runs. But I decided to show this game just because it was extra innings. And I guess it's the first loss I showed you guys. So that was another reason behind that. But anyways, next video will be up Friday, and I'm out.